This time around in Author's Corner, Frank Castelli joins us, and boy, he's had an interesting life, and he still has more to come. And we share some things in common. He's a huge sports enthusiast, obviously. People know that about me. And he is an avid golfer. I bet his handicap is probably better than mine, though. His book is interesting. It's called Just Show Up. Think about that. The Antidote to Corporate Kool Aid. So, Frank, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about what you did. So this book really embodies that. And I like that you say just show up. What do you mean by just show up?
So I had the privilege and was in the insurance industry for over 40 years. But I really think everything started from the day I put my feet on a college campus. So I realized that very, very, very quickly that people want to share their experiences and were willing to sit down and talk about themselves and share their dreams, their motivations, and basically that build their self-esteem. So in doing that and being in an insurance industry where you really had to develop relationships of trust and confidence, I had the opportunity to interact with many, many, many people. And in doing that, I found out that life is not complex. It's pretty simple. Yet, although it's simple, it's hard to act out what you want to do. Do people really dream, or do they just talk about it? Do they really know what they want to be, or do they try just doing what they think they should do? So I learned these lessons in college. It was a Jesuit school, and it was a Socratic way of teaching. You were always asked a question, and you had to figure out the answer yourself. So as I got into the industry, I was, like I said, I had the privilege of talking and interacting and sharing experiences with a lot of people. And I realized that the key to success was literally show up and do something. However, how you do it is important. It's very important. And when people realize that they have the ability to determine what they will become by showing up and doing things as best as they can, then it's very, very rewarding, not only for me learning their experiences, but for them, in interacting with them and saying, you have in your power the tools to fashion your own destiny.
I like that. You have in your power the tools for your destiny. I like the question, as you said, you grew up that way, always asked the question, the Jesuits, their teaching style, and that led you down this path. And I think a lot of people don't ask the question, and you talk about that. And I said the second part, I want to make sure that I say this correctly so everybody gets it and they know how to get the book. The Antidote to Corporate Kool Aid. Antidote. So what is the antidote?
The antidote is know what you want to be. And understand that is in your control. Never give up. Always try, and try to do it perfectly. Let me see if I can explain this. I don't believe in coincidences. I really don't. I also don't believe in fate. I do believe in destiny. Because we have free will, I believe each and every person has within them the power to fashion their own destiny. Now, destiny is a matter of choice. It's not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. So, on this antidote to corporate Kool Aid, people will tell you, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to be this, you can become this. In my opinion, that's not what's important. It's I am the artist. I am the sculptor. I am the clay. What am I making of myself? So I choose. I don't let somebody else choose for me. Now, I don't think that you should be belligerent about it or anything like that, but always understand that if you're going to understand this is my dream, this is what I want to be, not how I want to act, my choices then reveal my values. They reveal not only who I am, but also who I'm going to become. So, and then, of course, choices are either good or bad, and all choices have a consequence. So I'm the product of my choices. I'm the product of my experiences. I'm a product of the interactions that I've had with all these people and shared with them. And I've always thought, hey, I'm lucky, I'm privileged, I'm blessed. Have I always made good choices? Of course not. We are all imperfect. If we understand that, then we continue to move in the direction that we want to move. Perfection is a work in progress, and it is inconceivable on an individual basis. Only through others, only through other people, and, in my case, a supreme being, do you understand that you can't do it alone, but it's up to you to show up and do it. So the question is then, how do you put the odds on your side? And I said, life is not that complex. It's pretty simple. However, following through is where the rubber meets the road. One, live with humility. So understand that, okay, if you truly believe that there is no such thing as coincidences, then say, why did this happen? Why did this happen to me? And what can I gain from it? And how is this helping me along the path that I want to be on? So you start off with humility. The next thing is courage. So now you say, okay, so this is what I'm thinking. This is the path I'm on. Here's where I want to go. Have the courage to do it. And then lastly, be honest. Be honest with yourself. First and foremost with yourself, and then with everybody else. Because so sometimes in this, it's not all fun and games. Honesty, you need to tell people on occasion, hey, you made a mistake. You blew it. Just show up. Move on. Where is your dream? What are you going to learn from this? I've often told people when I was managing them, if you're not making a mistake, you may not be working hard enough. Just don't make that mistake again. What have you learned? Where is this on your path on what you want to do? In the corporate world, everybody seems to say, human resources tells you, your bosses tell you, your subordinates tell you, your peers tell you, you need to do this, you need to be this. Make sure that that's in line to what you really want to be, not how you want to act. And that's why I called it the antidote to the corporate Kool Aid.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. I love that part, too, where you talk about courage and what you have to do, because often it's hard to make the hard call. It's hard to be on both sides of that. Absolutely, 100%. So when people read your book, and I think we've weaved this into the conversation, what do you hope they take away from Just Show Up?
Okay, so over 30 years, over 3 decades, I was in sales management. So I was able to train people again and teach people and give them different ideas and their perspectives. Whenever you stand in front of somebody, whenever you're trying to communicate, you hope, number one, you're informative. So, did the person learn something? Then the next thing is, could it be inspirational? Are they buying into what you're saying? Are they saying, he's right, I do that? And then last but not least, is it motivational? Will they possibly change their behavior to better their lot in life, to stay on their path, to achieve what they want? So literally, the book, if I find out that one person read it, and I already have found this out, and modified their behavior in such a way that they're feeling so much better about themselves, they know what they want to do, they're now excited, they don't lead a narrow, frustrated life, of do what somebody else says and say, no, this is what I want to do and how I want to do it, all within the guidelines of humanity, then, they feel really, really good about it. So as people read the book and get that out of the book, I've accomplished everything I could ever dream of accomplishing and probably exceeded it.
Yeah, I love it. So where can people find out more about you and get the book?
It's on Amazon and it's on Barnes & Noble, and they could just, if you're on Prime, you could just look up Just Show Up by Francis Castelli and order the book and get it that way.
All right, Frank, thanks so much for coming on. Appreciate it, and keep spreading the word.
Thanks for having me, and you're doing a great job, Kate. I appreciate it.